And we've gone live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the same game. It's like the match game and exactly the same, but we can't call it the match game because of copyright infringement. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be getting started here in about 5 minutes. Thank you for your patience, and we will see you soon. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. The same game will be getting started here in 2 minutes. If at this time you're saying, wow, I'm really excited and really wanting to enjoy this, but I don't want to do it by myself, there's an easy way. It's called the share button. Click the share button to share with your friends and family, because the more people who watch it, the more fun you'll have. Fun fact for those of you playing the home game, if you're hearing this song and you say, wow, that sounds like the match game theme, but it's kind of different, well, that's because I used Audacity to change the pitch. That way we don't get demonetized when we re-air it or restream. Thanks, Internet and programs, for making that possible. The same game is getting started here in 60 seconds. Thank you again for joining us. Here at the Fresnel Theater, all of our shows will continue to be free to watch online. And that's in thanks to contributors like you. If at this point in time you feel that you are able to contribute and add on and help make our theater great as we come out of the pandemic and go back to doing in real life shows. Please check out and follow all of the links in our description, including Venmo at Fresnel Theater, PayPal at paypal.me/Fresnel Theater, or with credit card going to www.tinyurl.com/Fresnel Theater. Donate. All of those links can be found in our description. We can start here in a few seconds. Welcome back to the same game. This is the 5th episode of Season 2. We've got a wonderful game for you tonight with a wonderful panel, but without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome out our host tonight, John Lascurettes.
Hey, everybody.
With John Lascurettes tonight, we have got from all over the country so many great people, including Chris Crotty.
Oh.
Rhea Torricelli, Eric Darrow Worsley, Julie Nye, and Scott Milhatchik, or as I call him, Scott Mill. I'm going to mispronounce his name. And
I'm going to stick with just
further and foremost, I want to say this: the person who's played on the most panels joining us tonight, Jay Rambo. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to John Lascurettes. Enjoy the same game, everyone.
Thank you, Matt. Before we get into competitive play, why don't we visit some of our panelists? And Rhea, I'm going to start with you because that textile print is banging. I love textile prints, and with the all-white background and the mini lights, it looks like you're like gearing up to be on the cover of some like home magazine.
This is my homage to Portland, Oregon, because I put a bird on it.
You put a lot of birds on it.
So many birds. So many birds.
Well, how are things in Jersey Shore?
Toasty. They are warm and wet here. It is humid and toasty. We had a tornado warning today, so I half thought I was going to Annie M my way to, Oz, and it was very exciting.
That is very crazy. It was extremely hot in Portland this last week, and we got out of town for it to California, where it was cooler.
But I was stuck here.
Yes, he was, with our dogs. Thank you, Matt. Julie, how are things for you?
They are well, thank you. How are you, John?
like I said, I avoided the worst of the heat. Now I'm back. It's for a Portlander on the West Coast. It's muggy, but as anybody on the East Coast would say, that we were just crying over nothing. So, are you keeping cool?
Yeah, it was only 60% humidity today, but the temperatures were in the 70s, so we can't complain.
Yeah. Jay, how are you doing?
Say at least it's a wet heat.
Yeah. Ugh, no.
I was in Portland for the hot days. You can tell we're still kind of evaluating all the damage of what's melted and stuff behind me there. It was pretty hot.
I heard the Max wires were melting. They couldn't run the trains because
they shut down Max and the streetcar for 2 days, and yeah, there are limits. Technology can go wrong just like that. Like, say, your Zoom could freeze up suddenly.
Am I frozen? Are we all frozen? Am I back?
We're all back.
Yay!
If it looks like everyone's frozen and you're not, maybe you're the one that's frozen.
The funny part is I could hear you the whole time. Anyhow, now that we've had technical difficulties, let's bring in our contestant, shall we, Matt?
Yes, let's go ahead and bring in our first contestant, coming to you from the wonderful Vancouver, Washington. We have Big Mike. Big round of applause for Big Mike, everyone. And joining them from, I don't know if they're from Portland, Maine, but I'm going to just say Southern Maine to be safe, the wonderful Victor Dumas. Give them a round of applause, everybody.
Welcome, Mike and Victor. Now, in our little pre-show practice, it turned out that Victor wasn't super familiar with Match Game, but now he gets how it goes. And although we don't play Match Game, we play the same game as Match Game, but we don't match. We same. Yeah, that's how that goes.
It's exactly the same thing, but avoiding copyright infringement.
That's right.
Back to you, John.
So, Victor, you won the coin toss backstage because you had the alphabetically more order. Man.
Nothing against Mike, but I think it was because I was better at the coin toss.
Sure, that's the answer we're going with. Victor won the coin toss.
The coin 17 yards, while Mike only threw it 5.
And what that gives you the privilege of doing is you get to choose for game 1, round 1. You get to choose whether you want option A or option B.
Oh, I'll go with option A this time.
Okay. So your question is the following. Nike is launching a new line of gum, as in chewing gum. Their motto is just blanket. Nike, you know, that company that makes shoes and sporting goods, stuff like that. They're coming out with a new gum line. I don't know.
I'm realizing now I should have talked to one of our panelists before asking a question about a company that they work for. Back to you, John.
Well, as long as we don't discuss that job, then it probably doesn't matter, right? Anyhow, it looks like our panelists are mostly
non-descriptive terms to discuss this panelist. It's a very surreal situation for me.
Yeah. All right, it looks like everybody's done writing, or done writing enough. Victor, Nike is launching a new line of gum. Their motto is just blanket.
Chew it.
Just chew it. I had a feeling you might say that. All right, so let's jump on over to Julie and ask, do you have a same for Victor?
I can't believe it, but I do.
Oh, starting off right out the gate with a good round of saming. Rhea, what do you have for Victor?
I'm gonna choose
We
the
got
right
two.
answer.
Jay, how about you?
I also had chew.
Uh-oh, I'm seeing a pattern here. Eric?
True.
Excellent
True.
choice, Eric.
Scott?
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah? Just
We're gonna
chew it.
chew.
Okay. All right. We could have a clean sweep. However, we're going to go to Chris. Chris, do you have a same? Just inspire. Wait. Oh, we can't read it, Chris. You might have to read it to us, and you're muted. Chew. I see chew. So just chew it. We got a clean sweep.
Yeah. With a clean sweep, what that means is Mike has to has to same everyone in the next question in order
Have we
to
had a
win
clean
this
sweep
game.
in the first round before?
Never. So Victor, congratulations, the first ever clean sweep. Mike, if anybody doesn't same with you, the game goes to Victor.
The first game, we have 2 rounds, All right, so Mike, you've defaulted to option B. Did you hear about the reboot of Old Yeller? It's called Old Smeller, and instead of rabies, he has blank. Old Yeller's classic, both movie and novel before that a lot of us had to read as children and get traumatized by, farm boy having to kill his dog for having rabies.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. It's sort of like Lost. Lost has been off the air for 11 years. If you don't know the story of Old Yeller by now, come on. All right.
Wait, Old Yeller was on the island?
The whole time. He was the smoke monster. All right.
The smoke
like people
monster
are-
was actually Jacob. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42 to everybody out there. Put in every 187 minutes, or you'll die, maybe. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. All right, Mike. Did you hear about the reboot of Old Yeller? It's called Old Smeller, but instead of rabies, he has...
I have to match everyone.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna go.
They do have to match everyone to win the first part of this game.
I feel like this is gonna go incredibly well. I'm gonna go with BO.
He has B.O.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go with BO. Body odor.
I'll accept both those variations. Why don't we start with you, Scott?
All right, I had I thought we were doing Lost. I'm sorry.
He has a sinus infection.
Because he can't smell.
Oh, poor dog.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's not a same. Just for formality's sake, shall we just have everybody... let's do these quick. Eric, what do you got?
The producers are saying just everybody gets to show theirs, and they get
Just
to still
everybody
do their bit.
show us your answers. We got gas, we got halitosis, that's what I was thinking, gangrene, dog farts. All dogs have dog farts. IBS, a little more specific than dog farts.
That is a
We
body
saw no
odor.
sames in there.
It's a body odor right there.
It's a
It's an
body
odor
odor
from
from
the body.
internal to the body, but it's not what we
Yeah,
would normally
it is
refer
still
to as
from the body.
BO. No, judges? No reply.
It's still
Not
less
a
than
thing.
6.
It's still a lost round. Game 1, round 1 goes to Victor. So off we go.
Well,
to
with
round
that, it means that game 1 is over because
Game 1 is over, that's right.
Victor samed with everyone during the first game. So, John, we move on to game 2, which brings us to our first advertising segment of the evening. So, if you are enjoying the same game so far, just seeing somebody knock it out of the park, you might enjoy the Fresnel Theater in Portland, Maine. The Fresnel Theater is a theater in Portland, Maine, who's still continuing to put out information and still continuing to put out shows and still committing to put out comedy and still committing to put out content, even during the pandemic. We have shows every Thursday with Same Game, shows some Fridays, some Saturdays, and more information of that could be found on all of our social media platforms, and it wouldn't be available without contributions from people like you. For more information about how you can contribute, check the links in the comments. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Matt. All right, off to game 2, round 1. But before that, let's visit with some of our other panelists. Scott, since I said your name early on in that round and it came to an abrupt halt, what's going on with you these days?
I'm also an East Coast person. It's been hot and rainy here today too, so I'm just trying to stay dry.
Sounds like it's the theme coast to coast, is just uncomfortable warmness.
Yeah,
Eric, what about you?
It was still in that theme, yeah. It was been the weather kind of took over, and that's all anybody gets to talk about this week.
It makes Midwesterners so happy.
Yeah.
Chris, how are you doing? Newly married.
Good.
And
just got back from a little trip to the coast. Took a glass blowing class. Had a lot of fun.
Nice. Was the coast nicer than inland?
Yes, it was wonderful, and it was very. Monday was a little crowded, but then a lot of the crowds left, so it was better.
Excellent. Okay, off to round 1 of game 2. Mike, since you're in the catch-up phase, would you like option
Before
A
we do that,
option...
John, as we know, the prize, since both Victor and Mike are not playing for themselves, they're playing for a charity of their choice.
We are.
And so let's take a moment to ask each of them which charity they're playing for tonight. I'll put the power on to you, John, to have the discussion.
Yes. Mike, since I started talking to you, what charity are you playing for tonight?
I would say basically any specific comedy theater on the Jersey Shore.
Would that be the Jersey Shore Theater?
Yes.
Oh,
hang on.
You've upset Rhea. She's running away.
Hang on.
To go find positive identification merchandise. In the meantime,
since
Victor,
Mike is playing for the Jersey Shore Theater, as soon as Rhea gets back, Rhea, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Shore Thing?
The Shore Thing Theater.
Oh my gosh, I sure thing will. Sure Thing Theater is a non-profit theater running out of basically Asbury Park area of New Jersey. We just started live in-person rehearsals again, which is super exciting. We've had to pay for our space the whole time the pandemic was going, even though we didn't set a foot in there. So yeah, we could use money. We run an improv and storytelling, poetry writing, stand-up theater. It's classes for all ages, all demographics. We do a comedy sports Jersey Shore show match every Saturday night when we're up and running, and those should start up again starting in August. So we're super duper excited about that. And it's a pay-as-you-can theater model. Basically, we will never turn away people that want to take classes or come to any of our shows just because they can't pay. So the nonprofit helps with that. We raise money and we help give scholarships to people that might not otherwise get to do cool things like take classes.
So this is why I need to have a really good second round.
Yeah, you do. I got you, boo.
Hi, John.
Can you hear me? Yay. Sorry. Zoom got so hung up it even rebooted the whole meeting for me. So sorry about that, folks. Rhea was telling us about a Shore Thing. I was going to comment about how even your merchandise just matched your color theme for the evening, Rhea. So well done.
Did it match her color scheme or did it same the color
it's the
scheme?
Same color scheme. Yeah, there you go. Let's stay on brand, shall we? And Victor, what charity will you be playing for tonight?
This evening I'm playing for the Rest Center, which is a recovery community center in Lewiston, Maine.
That sounds excellent. Could you describe a little more about the kind of work they do?
Sure. It's right downtown in Lewiston, Maine, right in the Tree Streets, which is a part of town where, we could use a recovery community center. It is an open drop-in center. We're actually looking to open up maybe even 24 hours a day. for just a safe space where people can go to spend some time around other people who are doing their best not to use drugs, alcohol, whatever. We got a pool table, we have foosball, and we just opened up 2 additional rooms next to the main room. We're selling hot dogs, we're doing yoga classes. It's a really nice place to be.
With the use of the royal we, I'm assuming it sounds like you are involved in contributing your time and effort down there too.
I am the treasurer there, which I had no idea when they asked would require so much time and effort.
The worst job.
Well,
but
we thank you for your work. Yeah, sounds like a very worthy project. All right, on to the competition questions. Mike, for game 2, round 1, would you like option A or option B?
I'm going to go with option B, John. It just seems like it's my lucky B.
Well, we'll see, shall we? All right, question B. It's not called Chuck E. Cheese in England. It's called blank. Chuck E. Cheese, that place we all went to as children or wanted to go to as children, with the animatronics, the pizzas, the loud noises, the arcade games, the tickets that you would trade for merchandise. But they call it something else over across the pond.
Speaking of merchandise, I would like to tell everybody right now that same game merchandise is not available.
Aww. But Fresnel Theater merchandise might be.
Yes, actually it is. You can go ahead and visit in our slideshow. We talked about it. You can go to tinyurl.com/CSZMain merch to find all of your Fresnel Theater and Comedy Sports Main merchandise needs, including Comedy Sports masks, fanny packs, and Suns Out, Puns Out tank tops. Back to you.
Thank you. Well, it looks like we have enough answers there to get going. Mike, it's not called Chuck E. Cheese in England. It's called blank.
All right, I'm sticking with the cheese theme here, and I'm going to go with Chunky Breeze.
Chunky Breeze? Like brie?
Brie, like brie.
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying.
All right. There we go. Let's start off with Scott.
Oh, you're going to start with me again.
Yes, I am.
Because that worked so well last time, didn't it?
This time he doesn't have ketchup. He's going to do the same.
He may after he sees mine. I think England, I always think a little more formal. So Chuck E. Cheese over there might be Charles Cheddar.
Charles Cheddar, I like it.
Charles
Sounds
Cheddar.
Good. Eric, what did you write down?
I also went extremely, extremely formal. That blasted American rat pizza place.
That's actually the right answer.
Yeah, I think that's the unofficial.
I can vouch for that. That's actually what it's called.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that, Eric, please send me the exact wording of that, because that shirt will be available within an hour's time.
Excellent. Chris, what did you write down? Oh, we're muted, Chris, but we got, I think, Pickleberry Fentworth.
Fentworth, unless you're gabbling your Kuzwado.
Okay, all right.
Chris, please also send me that information, because that will be put onto the shirt.
Yay, what did you write down? So far we've got 0 sayings.
I went a little formal as well. I went with Charles E. Chips and Fish.
There you go. It's not a pizza place at all, just chips and fish, but still every bit as annoying. Rhea, what did you write down?
I'm on the Jersey Shore, New Jersey vibe with Scott. We went Charles Edward Cheddar III. Yeah.
And finally, we're going to go with the authority on the matter. Julie, what did you write?
Yeah, well, I was going to say I had the right answer, but I think Eric actually had the right answer. Little secret, I'm actually from the UK. But we do like to class things up just a little bit. So we have it as Royal Bubble and Squeak.
All right. Unfortunately, Mike, we had 0 sames in that round, but that means that you get to use all the panelists next time.
Lucky him.
Your question, then, is question A. The catchphrase for the new show, Top Doctor, is you're either in or you're blank. I'm assuming Top Doctor is a reality/competition show. So the catchphrase for Top Doctor is you're either in or you're blank.
For someone who's just assuming how reality shows work, you did a great job there, John. But if you also like reality shows, I would like to tell you about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor for the show is brought to you by none other than the new reality show, Top Oatmeal Maker. No one's gonna watch it, but you're gonna watch it. Coming soon to Netflix and Disney Plus. Back to you, John.
I don't watch it because we cook our oatmeal overnight in the rice cooker. Easiest
But is
way
that
ever.
the right way? Will you ever know unless you watch the show?
I don't
Back
know.
to you.
All right, Victor. If you were to watch a reality competition show called Top Doctor, what would you expect their catchphrase to be? You're either in or you're
Dead.
dead. That's probably a good way to get kicked off the show. All right. Let's go to Chris as the first one. And you're on mute, Chris.
I said dead.
Yay! That's the same. Eric?
Right, Chris.
You're either in or you're gout.
Ah, nice.
Well done. Julie?
Well, speaking for medicinal fashion, I'd like to think of Heidi Klum saying this, and that you're either in or you're wearing scrubs.
Okay. A little bit of a class ranking there for doctors, I guess. Jay, what did you write?
You're either in or you're out of network.
Oh.
Yes.
Can you pay extra?
Prize if you're out of network? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Rhea.
You know I'm not cheating because he's playing for my theater. Dead. Sorry, Mike.
And Scott.
I sort of said dead, but just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Flatlined.
Let's see. What are we hearing from the judges? No, I think in this case they wanted the simpler version of dead. All right, so we have 2 sames in that round. We're 2-0. We get to go to the second round of game 2. And this becomes Victor's choice. Do you want A or B?
Sticking with A.
All right, sticking with A. A little known fact about Jane Austen was her ability to juggle. She could keep 5 blanks in the air. Little known fact about Jane Austen was her ability to juggle. She could keep 5 blanks in the air.
You know, John, I know another little known fact about Jane Austen.
Do you?
Yeah, it's that Jane Austen is one of the contributors to the Fresnel Theater. The Fresnel Theater is doing all of our matches online currently. Pay what you will, enjoy, even if you can't pay. And it's still brought about by contributors like you. So if at any point in time you feel that you're able to contribute to our theater to keep it going, please visit any of the links that are in the comment section. You could Venmo us at Fresnel Theater, paypal.me/Fresnel Theater, or go to tinyurl.com/Fresnel Theater donate. Also in the comment section for this video, you will find links where you can support the Sure Thing Theater yourself, as well as Rest Center. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. I actually recently read some Jane Austen thanks to a literature game I'm playing. So, Fun
I
stuff.
recently just watched the new Muppets version called Henson Hensibility.
Nice. Okay, Victor. A little known fact about Jane Austen was her ability to juggle. She could keep 5 blanks in the air.
I actually knew this, and it was parasols.
Parasols, okay.
Sun umbrellas. That's right.
All right, Rhea, what did you write down?
Now, having read many a Jane Austen book, I can tell you that the actual answer is suitors. 5 suitors.
Yep. That's pretty much the theme of many of those novels. Eric.
It was a bit of a stretch anyway, and then I realized that I had the wrong author, but in the air was Jane.
Hope they're wearing some undershorts. Scott.
I really thought that she was doing multiple things at once. She just had 5 things going all at the same time.
It's probably what authors would do. There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. Chris.
Well, I was very excited about this question because my wife is a huge Jane Austen fan. No kidding. She has read over 70 different versions of Pride and Prejudice. I'm not kidding. She's a huge fan. I, however, have a different take on it. So I said, boring plots.
Oh, Chris.
I'm going to pay for that later.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Jay.
Well, that
what did
means
you
we
put
have
down?
at least one viewer inside of Gina Crotty.
Actually, she's on vacation.
Never mind.
The internet doesn't forget, Chris. The internet doesn't forget.
I was a little less judgmental, but I said plot lines.
There you go. Somebody like threading the needle between Chris and Scott there. And Julie, what did you put down?
I'm still on a fashion kick, I guess, because I said bonnets.
Bonnets. So protecting the head from the sun, but not quite parasol. So, Mike, here's your chance to pull ahead and tie the game, or go ahead and tie up the entire same game. In which case, we go to a game 3 tiebreaker. All right. So your question, number B, is I have a new concept for a store. We only sell things to dogs, and it's called blank. No cats, no mice, no birds, only to dogs. New concept for a store. We only sell things to dogs, and it's called blank.
I don't
Matt
want to
spent
give
a
away
lot
the
of-
name of it, John, but I do want to say that this dog does support service humans. If you have a service human, please bring it in with you. And make sure it's wearing a vest that says, "Do not pet me, I'm working." Back to you.
You spent a lot of time in a dog pile this weekend, Matt, didn't you?
I did. I watched Bella and Finn, the Lascurettes dogs, and I realized that they both really love 100% all beef hot dogs, but also I shouldn't feed it to them.
Especially if you don't want to be bathed in dog farts.
Oh, those were horrible. But more importantly is the fat content and the salt content. And they're bad for dogs, but your knives are very sharp because I was able to cut one hot dog into 12 pieces, and for the first time in 5 years, I didn't cut myself with a knife needing stitches for a stupid thing.
Yay! All right, Mike. I have a new concept for a store. We only sell things to dogs, and it's called...
Barks.
Barks! Is that with a Q? Because that's kind of like the root beer.
It's whatever it needs to be.
All right. Good and squishy. Perfect. Why don't we go with Eric?
One of the most important lessons that Bart Simpson taught us in the late 80s, you're allowed to say it if it's around dogs. Bitch, please.
There you go. Rhea.
Yeah, nope. I had Dogs are us.
All right, so far 0 for 2. Scott?
I was thinking big box with at Wolfmart.
Wolfmart. There you go. Chris?
Well, I'm going to appeal to the judges here because I said bark, bark, and beyond.
All right, let's see. We'll wait for a judgment from the judges. Judges say yes, so that's a 1. 1 for Mike. He pulls ahead for this round. And what do we have from Jay and Julie?
Together?
Yeah, together, because that means Mike has won this round. We got Pop-Up Shop.
Yeah.
And I went with the larger chain, Rovers.
Hey, Rovers, all right.
Not Rovers, but Rovers.
So this means that Mike won game 2 and Victor won game 1, tying up the game. We need to go to a tiebreaker round. But before that, does Matt have any more announcements?
Yes, I am pleased to announce that the Fresnel Theater is going to be starting to do in-person classes in Maine. And I'm making the decision right now and doing it publicly, taught by me, starting in September. So, come on by. We will find a place. We're going to find a place to host the classes, but classes will be starting up in September, taught by me back in Portland, Maine.
Hooray!
Back to you, John.
Congratulations. All right, Victor, we're going back to the original coin toss winner, and you can choose A or B for the tiebreaker.
I am staying A, please, John.
A from beginning to end. All right. This is going to be a word match. Everybody's going to write down an answer, and then when we get your answer, they'll hold them up at the same time so that we see how many matches there were. And your clue is blank lab. So whatever word you would put with lab that you think would be the most matches with the panelists. Blank lab. And as they write those down, you're thinking, trying not to overthink, but to think well, but not really think too much. Do you go with your first gut instinct, or do you go with the second one? I don't know. I've tried both strategies. Neither seems to work for me. I've matched, I've been both a contestant and a panelist on the show, and the person I match with more than anyone is Jay. So, if I'm ever a contestant and Jay's a panelist, look out. I'll have at least one match. Same brand. All right, looks like just about everybody's in. Julie's drawing little pictures. All right, Victor, what is your answer to blank lab?
Math.
Math? What?
Math. With an E.
Math lab.
Like math, but with an E.
Meth.
More dangerous.
Oh, meth lab, like Breaking Bad. Okay, gotcha.
Correct.
All right, on the count of 3, panelists.
Once again, before you show it, though, John, I just want to say
Yeah.
that the same game as the Fresnel Theater does not support smoking meth. We do, however, support Netflix and artists doing whatever they want to make good art. The meth part, we don't want you to do. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks. So I'm going to count to 3, and the panelists are going to hold up their answers, and we will see how many meth labs we have. 1, 2, 3. Show them. I've got science. 1 math, 2 meth, 2 sciences. I got a yellow. Oh, all yeller. And it looks like we got 2 meths total.
Just
So
want to
that's
say
2.
That's a beaker. It doesn't look like that.
No.
It looks more like a bong. I'm just going to say it, Rita.
So go ahead and erase that now.
Yeah, you may.
Does
All
the
right.
theater support bongs, though?
It is now legal in 32 states, so we're fine with it.
All right. Mike, you need to get 3 to win. Your clue is blank warning. blank warning. What is the answer to that will match the most panelists? And as I write those down, you stare at the ceiling, doing that thing where you try not to overthink it. You really want to win this, but at the same time...
This round is brought to you by having to make a hard choice. And I had to make one live on the air, and I put myself up in that situation knowing it would happen tonight.
Hooray!
So there we go, back to you. Brought to you by Mike's Hard Choices.
Hooray for spontaneous decisions you can't back out of.
Nope, it's public now. Commit to the bit.
Right. I see Chris is still staring down into his suitcase full of light.
Because he's committing to the bit. And the bit that Crotty is committing to is Quentin Tarantino bits. The worst cereal you'll ever taste. Quentin Tarantino bits. You like Reservoir Dogs and wondered how they tasted? That's what the cereal tastes like. What is it made out of? Wood pulp. Fiction. Back to you.
Excellent. All right, Mike. Your answer to blank warning.
I'm going to go with early warning.
As in a system, an early warning system. All right. On the count of three, panelists, let's hold up our answers. 1, 2, 3. I see storm, final, tornado. I do not see any early warnings, just final warnings. And with that, Victor has won our same game.
Go me!
I also drew a beaker for you.
There you go. Also looks like a bong.
So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight for the same game. Let's give it up for our panelists. Once again, coming to us from Westland, Oregon, Chris Crotty, newly married, newly honeymoon. Give him your best.
Not a honeymoon.
From Jersey Shore, it is Rhea Torricelli. Be sure to check out that link in the comments on how you can support their theater. Coming to us from Maine is Julie Nye. Julie Nye, you can find more stuff about her podcast. Be sure to look at the comments because I will post a link to it there. We have Scott Mahalchik. Scott Mahalchik can be found wherever last names are mispronounced. So check him out there. We had Jay Rambo. Jay Rambo can be seen performing online and in person at Comedy Sports PDX and Comedy Sports Portland. For more information about that, go to portlandcomedy.com. You can also check out more stuff about Eric Darrow Worsley at his website and also on his Twitter, Instagram, Facebook feeds, whichever one they have. They will post a link to that in the chat as well. Give it up for our second place contender tonight. One of our favorite people and one of my favorite people who's really gotten me through a hard time in the past couple months, Big Mike. And tonight's winner and helping out a wonderful charity. Give it up for Victor! Wow, their name says exactly what they are. And their host tonight, John Lascurettes.